To go.
3k to go, and we got Team Sky up here. Nicholas Roach on the front, Geraint Thomas on the wheel of them as well, to still trying to hide a little bit and just not use too much energy. But Movistar clearly got the measure of this one so far with Nairo Quintana on the wheel. They're just trying to keep him safe up there.
Yeah, don't be surprised if Chris Froome is a high finisher today. Quite often he likes to stay safe, and he will go for it. G as well, acting as wingman for Chris Froome. I've seen sprints before where Froome has actually come in 5th and 6th place, and it can happen.
Wheel.
He is indeed. Spotted him, and there Francis de Gendt with Kevin Retzer, I believe, who's going to be their chosen man today. He might hand over duties to Lorenzo Manzin. 3 kilometres to go. It'll be the 2-ban and the next one you see, and they spread wide here. So this is your approach. They are taking a gentle left, then they'll take a more focused right hand swing once they do that. Once they hit the roundabout, they have that nasty quarter turn to take. In at 4, out at 2 o'clock, if you see what I mean, quarter.
And here comes Philippe Gilbert as well on the right hand side, just in front of the man in green there in his red and black colours from BMC.
Alexei Tadevich of Team Katusha, closest to us, with the big white K resplendent upon his jersey, as you can see. It's a strange one, this, because you've got all the big names wanting to be protected and not wanting to get it wrong or end up in a silly place.
And here goes Sky.
And you've also got, of course, the fast men as well. Here we are. Opening it up, and Caio Rural, suddenly there's space for them, and Carlos Barbero and Edouard Prades, his lead-out man, is gunning this. They will know the terrain, most certainly, with 2 kilometres to go. There's that little quarter turn. That's the nastiest of them. They'll have another roundabout that they'll breach, and then they'll come back towards the finish line, essentially. So this is that second roundabout approaching right now. In fact, it's a big-ish turn. That was indeed the roundabout. They will go over a big bridge now and come to another. There's this roller coaster effect that we were telling you about. It's all opening up right now, and there is Bouhanni. He's wearing the white-ish jersey with his red Cofidis teammates just in front of him. Final kilometre right now, not quite. They've got to go round this roundabout, and suddenly it opens up. So it's downhill from now. Jeffrey Soup keeping it very calm just for now. Everybody else, including Gianni Meersman here. Meersman in the house for Etixx-QuickStep in the blue. He's got Julian Alaphilippe, who's grinding himself, burying himself, perhaps on behalf of his teammate. BMC's Gilbert goes over and just tags on to the Etixx man. No space in the road. Bouhanni's logged out. Is he logged out? Now he's going to log on, and it could be glory. There goes the bearded man, the bearded figure of Jeffrey Soupé. He takes him, and they're surely going to take this victory. It's downhill from now on in. Oh, trying to get back into this down Olympic. He's not going to get there. All the way down to the line. When will Bouhanni go? Now is the answer. Here he goes, who just balks Gianni Meersman, who jigs over to the side of the road. It's a big crush there. For Katusha's been locked out of it, and Bouhanni makes it pay. Good work.
Well, another very well run sprint by Cofidis, I got to say. They were cool and calm and just waited for the right moment, and clearly that was very much within Bouhanni's sort of capability as such.
That was Satovic having to go at Philippe Gilbert.
Yeah, I think that Team Sky actually got that completely wrong for Ben Swift. They expected that, I think, that finish to be harder than what it was, and never really got themselves going properly. But Bouhanni, Jeffrey Soup really did a good job.
Few elbows here. Satovic for Katusha felt like he was hampered. I don't think it was Philippe Gilbert coming through that did the damage. Let's look over to the left-hand side of your screen. You can see Retzer struggling to stay upright as well. That was the chosen side of the road because they all wanted to be on Bouhanni's wheel, essentially.
Well, they clearly did. I mean, it's the wheel to be on. Ideally, you need to anticipate that wheel moving ahead, because when Bouhanni kicks, he kicks so hard that he gaps everyone straight away. His sprint is the first for the 5 to 10 pedal strokes, and after that, he just holds that speed, whereas other people sort of build up to it more gradually. So, if you're going to have anything to do to contest Bouhanni, you need to really anticipate his jump and effectively get on terms with him before he actually kicks. And I think so far everyone is kind of staring themselves blind on what Bouhanni does.
We'll see how he goes tomorrow, frankly. Here's the head-up view for for you right now, and as soon as the security bike gets out of the way, you'll be able to see a bit more. Jeffrey Soup, he kept it very, very sensible, didn't he? And in fact, he really bode his time well. Meersman it was that he saw go, and that's what ignited him.
Well, the good thing I think was what Jeffrey Soup did. He was really quite cool and waited for a long time before he kicked again. He only launches his lead out with about 400 meters to go, and at that point they've already reached that flat point and starting to head down towards the false flat descent. And once Bouhanni goes, it's just he is in a different class.
Certainly was. Bouhanni then takes the day, and it's kind of work a day, I guess, this for Nacer Bouhanni. He is the best sprinter within the field, and he's proving it again and again. So, just adding to his success rate so far, good for him. Nacer Bouhanni's kind of woken up. He's in a happier place than he was in Milan-San Remo, where he dropped his chains tragically.
Well, when you start winning, obviously you're in a good place, but mechanicals happen.
Nacer Bouhanni takes it ahead of Meersman. Philippe Gilbert, third place today, ahead of the disgruntled Satovic of Katusha. Carlos Barbero it was for Kairo Rao. Karl Reinen, good lad, the American, getting up her sixth place ahead of Gasparotto, Vangenegten, Franchak and Kevin Retzer. Well, dramatic finish on what was one of the quieter days today. Is that paint dry yet?
I don't think it is.
Here's your teams. Team Sky. This is the best 5 finishes from each team. So your finishing positions are the best 5 riders, and Team Sky have taken over this competition. I think it was Kairo Rao, was it yesterday, or Etixx? Can't remember. But Team Sky are leading this one today, or at least this is how the stage panned out. So plenty of personnel towards the 4, but didn't really work. Well, there we are. It was a good start to this race, and at the end, I delivered. Well, it's going to be very, very difficult over the next the next 3 days. What's your strategy going to be? Well, first I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. He says. This morning, I wasn't in a great shape. I had a stomach problem and had to see the doctor, so I hope I feel better tomorrow. That's not a pre-excuse, is it? I hope we see Nacer Bouhanni tomorrow. He might have other fish to fry, but it'd be a shame if our glorious leader, who's now extended his lead overall, courtesy of twice picking up 10-second bonuses by taking stage 1, and now, of course, stage 2. He's 100% so far. Won't be like that at La Molina tomorrow, that's for sure. Just looking at Nacer Bouhanni doing the business yet again. He's a happy soul when things are going well, although apparently he's not been well. I did tell you that sickness has washed through, should we say it, keep it cleanly, the peloton, I'm afraid. There's been a few incidents of food poisoning, Magnus, and that is debilitating. It causes a great deal of weakness, and you ride on at your peril because you pay the price later, don't you?
Well, riding with any kind of stomach issues is very difficult. It tends to knock all the power out of you and all the energy out of you as well. So it's unfortunate when this happens, and sometimes it does when all the teams are staying, or a lot of the teams are staying in the same hotels.
Silvos will be happy on Twitter. He says normally when they go into tunnels on the Tour de France, they show us castles. I don't think there's many helicopters here in Catalunya. Not dedicated to the race, that's for sure. Well, storm clouds are gathering here, and if it's wet tomorrow, it's going to be